Hey, welcome to the front porch here at Backroads and Front Porches. Today, we are so excited. We're headed down towards Cape May. We are going to be going to a place that, even though I'm from South Jersey, I never knew it existed. The last 2 weeks when we heard Kurt talk about it, I just said, we've got to go and check this place out. So we're going to be taking you to a couple places today. We're going to be headed to the Flight Deck Diner, and then we're headed to Naval Air Station Wildwood. It is a unique place. We can't wait to get there.
I think the best part was the surprise visit interview that we got to do with the founder, Dr. Salvatore. And then, of course, we had to end with a sweet treat.
Of course we did. So come along, join us as we head to Naval Air Station Wildwood and the Flight Deck Diner. Welcome to Backroads and Front Porches, where the stories of small-town America come to life. From hometown helpers to those keeping traditions alive, we're exploring the people, places, and moments that make these towns feel like home. So grab a seat on the front porch and a glass of lemonade and join us as we discover America's stories. After leaving the campground, we headed south on the Garden State Parkway, making our way down to Cape May, where waffles, warbirds, and a whole lot of history were waiting for us. We're here at the Flight Deck Diner because, we can't get a day started without a good breakfast.
It's the most important meal of the day.
Before we could even get in the door, Mary had to go over and check out the wooden biplane cutout. It's the kind of place where you walk in and instantly feel the mix of locals, pilots, and travelers swapping stories over breakfast. Inside, the walls are covered with photos and patches, and the ceiling is full of model planes. It's got a real aviation vibe, part diner, part museum. And when it comes to food, I went all in with the F-14, a Belgian waffle, 2 eggs, and sausage gravy. You ever make it here, do yourself a favor. Try the seafood bisque, rich and creamy. It's one of the reasons Flight Deck has been voted best of the Jersey Shore year after year. Before you even step inside, there's a solemn reminder of what this place represents. A granite monument honors the aviators who lost their lives while training at Naval Station Wildwood during World War II. Their sacrifice is the reason this history matters. Right inside the hangar, you're greeted by a World War II era Jeep, a reminder that this base wasn't just about planes. It was part of a much larger effort that stretched across every branch of the military. Lining the walls are panels filled with photos and stories of Naval Air Station Wildwood, training missions, flight instructors, and the thousands of young men who came through here. More than 17,000 aviators trained at this base during World War II, and these displays give you a sense of just how significant that was. One of our favorite displays is a collection of aviators' headgear from the 1940s, helmets, goggles, and flight caps, each one a piece of the story of the men who climbed into those planes. Other exhibits highlight the role women played in the war effort, from serving as nurses and support staff to filling essential jobs on the home front. As you move deeper into the hangar, the space opens up to a massive collection of planes, vehicles, and military hardware. Front and center, a huge American flag stretches across the wall, with a real F-16 standing proudly beneath it. It's a powerful backdrop, history and modern air power side by side. There's no shortage of hardware here, from Gatling guns to a Harrier jump jet, the kind that can take off and land vertically. For anyone who loves aviation, this is like being a kid in a candy store. Naval Air Station Wildwood also shines a light on women who served during the war, from flying ferry missions and training pilots to working as nurses, mechanics, and communicators. They took on roles that kept the entire operation moving. Everywhere you look, there's another aircraft with a story to tell, including the one painted in the colors of the Navy's Blue Angels, a team that has inspired generations. Displays also show the equipment that made it all work, radios and communication gear from the 1940s. Hard to imagine what they accomplished with tools that simple compared to what we have today. And finally, tucked in the back is a MASH-era helicopter. For anyone who grew up watching the TV show, it's like stepping into an episode, a reminder that history isn't just found in the big moments. Walking through all of this history sets the stage for the stories that bring it to life, that we met the man who made this museum possible, Dr. Joseph Salvatore.
What guides you to doing this?
Well, my wife and I started in historic Cold Spring Village, so we knew all the history, and they gave it to me for a while.
Nice.
The county.
Okay.
So we knew we get grants, how to fix things, and from doing the village for training. So it was not as tough as it sounds. And the building is a remarkable building. It was a kit. And it came in by train, Rio Grande, and trucked here and assembled. And it opened April 1st, 1943. And the military trained dive bomber pilots. People they trained went almost back to the Pacific on carriers. And it's easy because it's contemporary. Oh, my father went to the Vietnam, or that kind of thing. Whereas Cold Spring Village, which we started 50 years ago, was more difficult because nobody can relate to George Washington. And a lot of fun, and I was at Walter Reed during my time as an orthopedic surgeon.
You told us when we were talking earlier that you're 95. What is it that keeps you?
Well, something like this. We get airplanes and exciting things. Then we just got a Harrier a couple of months ago. And we have this the longest yarn exhibit. I mean, it's inspiring.
And then later in the month, you've got Airfest.
Right.
What's that all about?
Well, it's a once-a-year air show. It's an exciting time for people to see a lot of, like we're having a Messerschmitt 262. I mean, that's, the Germans would have won the war
If they had that.
they had that out a year before. I mean, so it's an exciting time. And we had probably over 50,000 visitors last year.
Okay.
And we'll beat that this year. It's good for us. And we get weird things like this control tower came from Atlantic City Airport.
From Bader Field.
Yeah. We had to fix it up. It was World War II, and sandblasted it. And it's a fun thing to do. That's what we do.
Can't wait to tour it.
I'll be riding around if there are any questions.
When I saw you here, I said to my wife, I said, it's Dr. Salvatore. This is his deal. So,
Actually, my wife played an equal role.
I'm
She's
sure.
a nurse, but very smart and terrific.
Nice.
So,
We can't wait to look around.
yeah,
Thank you.
you're welcome.
Have a great day.
Thanks. And you honored me by asking all these things. So I'm very appreciative.
Thank you.
Before wrapping up, we stopped at Victory Scoops. They've got tubs of ice cream and plenty of vintage touches that make it feel like a step back in time. Mary grabbed her ice cream, but for me, it had to be an old-fashioned root beer float, a sweet finish to a day surrounded by history. What a day we had, from the waffles at the flight deck to not only the planes and hardware at Naval Air Station Wildwood, but also the stories of people. And then to top it off with just an awesome root beer float. It was an incredible day.
It was an incredible day. One of the most exciting parts was meeting Dr. Joseph Salvatore, a surprise meeting that he's the founder of the Naval Air Station Wildwood.
We want you to come along for the journey. We want to know what you're thinking and who you would nominate for a hometown helper.
Yes.
People that are giving back in your community. So either drop it in the comments below or click on the link and the description and let us know who is making a difference in your community. And don't just limit that to the area right here in New Jersey or Pennsylvania, because we are headed into New York. We're going to be headed into Michigan, into Indiana, Ohio, West Virginia, and that's just on this leg of our journey. So with that, subscribe, nominate a hometown helper.
And we'll see you next Sunday right here on the front porch.